Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? What's going on? This is John O'Neill, and you are back on the Onealien Show. What a spectacular show I have for you coming up. I've got a couple guests here in the studio, and we're going to get to them in just a moment. But as you know, with every single show, what do we start with? Yes, giving thanks. We start with thankfulness. We start with gratitude, and I want to thank everybody for your continued support on the Onealien Show. I want to thank all of you for TikTok followers and Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all over the place. We want to thank you for participating, for listening, for some of your responses. It's incredible, and I thank you. As an agent of change, then that is the reason why we reach out to you. That is the reason why I get inspiration and motivation, and I share it with you so that hopefully you could get a nugget, maybe a nugget or two, maybe a nugget 2 or 3 even on a good day, and hopefully change your life for the better. I'm on a journey. You know, I'm on the path of the lion, and so my journey is continuous. We always keep on going. We always get up the next day. Anybody see my video the other day? Win the day is what I talked about. Each and every day. Knowing your value is what I talked about. Not procrastinating. Don't put things to the side. All of the great things that you can see on the Onealien Show. So go to starworldwidenetworks.com and you'll see we're up there, on there in the banner and scrolling through. We got a bunch of shows. We got all types of stuff. What are you looking for? I brought guests from all over the place talking about business and personal and tragedy and all type. We're living life here at the Onealien Show. And so thank you for joining and living life with me, because I live a spectacular life, regardless of what it looks like, even though it looks good too. Stop fronting. But we're here on the Onealien Show, and I got a couple guests, man. I'm not going to take too much longer, but I just want to remind you, you could get Sidewalk Square Counting. The book is out. It's on Amazon. Go get you a copy and check it out. You know, you just might find something. It's a little bit, just it's some poetry that I threw together, you know, some words that just popped out of my wordsmith mind and landed on the piece of paper. It's about love. It's about life, and it's about heartache and pain. It's just about the things that we all go through. So pick up your copy, Sidewalk Square Counting. Go to Amazon and you can get it. We can happily announce one of our partners of the show that is Whole Harmony Healing. Whole Harmony believes in treating the whole person, the mind, the body, the spirit, using holistic methods to assist amazing individuals like yourself to work through past experiences and heal from the inside to the out. Please visit wholeharmonyhealing.com to schedule your appointment today. We really appreciate everyone over at Whole Harmony Healing and the support they give us on the Onealien Show. What else is going on here on the Onealien Show? Man, I've been traveling a little bit, so I'll have some updates with that. Go in. I started a new page called The Gifted Wanderer. As I wander the planet Earth and I share my gifts, I share positive vibes and energy as I look for people who want to accept a helping hand, as I just look for resources or maybe time or maybe just a smile and a joke to brighten up someone's day. But check out The Gifted Wanderer. Man, we're just all over the place trying to live this life and sharing it with you. So without further ado, I've got a couple partners in the room, and they don't need much of an introduction because you've heard them before and you've probably seen them running all around Arizona. But without delay, I'm going to bring in my two good friends of the host, partners, sponsors even of the show. And they're here with me again, Retail Therapy. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Fantastic. I just told you I was fantastic.
Yes, you did.
Absolutely.
Lots of good things going on.
Lots of great things going on. Let's get to some of your great things. I heard that, I just heard a lot of stuff. What's up?
Yeah.
Fashion Square is finally open.
Fashion Square, baby,
It's
right behind me.
beautiful. It's thriving. It's just such a blessing.
So you guys are fully open, stocked up,
Yep.
vendors in there.
We have 80 local businesses inside that space.
Get out of here.
How we did it, I don't know, but it is unbelievable. Just what people can make just constantly blows my mind, because my creativity is definitely in other areas.
Sure. Okay. You know your strengths and weaknesses. That's
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
That's good. Me too.
Exactly.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't create anything to save
Neither
my
one
life.
of you.
So.
Okay. All right. Hey, hire out.
We leave
Hire
that
out.
to the partners.
I can
Exactly.
build. I can build like crazy. You
Right.
know, I built half the store.
Okay.
So.
Shelving and things like that. We can put those
Yeah.
up.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
So 80 vendors.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How's it going inside the store? I mean, inside the mall.
Amazing.
Really?
Everybody is so friendly. Like even all of the neighboring stores, they pop by, they check on us, and they're like so excited to be there. Everybody's shopping like crazy. It's beautiful.
Awesome. So you're still in the honeymoon stage then?
Yes, we're definitely in the honeymoon stage. But, us being in business for a little bit over a year now, I mean, we understand the highs and the lows of being in business. This has been just a really cool, unique experience, especially opening in July, right?
Yeah.
Did we open in July or did we open in August? I don't even know what day it is anymore.
August 1st.
But technically, this is still the off season for small businesses in Arizona.
Sure.
So we were definitely kind of expecting a slower start, and it's not been that. So we've just had to be ready. Jackie and I, as business owners, we're not usually inside of our stores. We have an amazing team that helps run it, but this has been the time where our staff has needed us. So we've been in the store with them, supporting, making sure that everyone is getting great customer service, that our partners are being taken care of. But it's one of those moments where you're like, okay, I have a different hat to wear today as a business owner. So
multiple hats.
Absolutely. All the time.
I know that feeling. Multiple hats. How about the other locations though? We still got the other ones, right?
Yeah,
they're still doing great.
Glendale.
Yes.
Poppin'.
Downtown Glendale and Westgate. So
Westgate, okay.
Yes, so we're super excited for Westgate because we opened that store March. And so we only kind of got to see a little bit of spring, and then it went right into summer, which it's hot and people, it slows down.
Sure.
So we're so excited to see the football season kick off, all of the concerts and conventions.
Absolutely.
We have our market going on, which I'll tell you about in a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so Westgate's thriving. We're almost back in season. And then downtown Glendale, we just started kind of restaging and revamping that location. We have a lot of really cool projects that are upcoming with the local community and the school districts there.
Sure.
So each store kind of has its own vibe and own purpose, but it's amazing.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So where's next?
Oh, God. Jackie said I'm not allowed to manifest that today.
Don't ask that question. We're gonna let that be this time. And we'll go with the flow and see where it takes us.
No.
Let's get Scottsdale rolling.
Right. No, we're in
a
good flow right now. I think we're at the point where we have a very strategic plan that we've kind of taken what we've learned this year and kind of just pivoted on, how to strategize each store to its unique community and kind of just target the needs of each specific location, taking the time now to really reflect and fill in the holes that you
Sure.
at the, that you realize where you've missed the boat.
Right.
And so we're just kind of regrouping and just strategizing how to support our team and how to just grow as business owners.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you guys talk about strategizing and planning, how much of that is written down, like in organized fashion?
Well, it is. We have a business plan and we
do.
constantly revisit it.
Mm-hmm.
We constantly, assess what we thought our numbers were going to look
Sure.
like, where our
Right.
numbers actually are, and
Okay.
what we need to do to increase or
Right.
fix where our holes are.
Right.
So we do have a business plan that we do reflect back on. So,
Absolutely.
We write down a lot, though. Sometimes we write down in too many places.
Yes, that's the
And
key.
so- Yes.
We have lots of running lists, and so
Yeah.
just learning how to, we have our organized chaos that makes sense to us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. But you know what I challenge you to both to do? Okay. And this just came to me right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am going to say it. And unfortunately, you're going to have to receive it.
Okay.
Because we're not turning off the show.
I love it.
But taking all those notes, you need to memorialize those, even if you hire somebody really to get all that down. The reason why I say that is because I see you guys, I would challenge you to template it out, right? So that you guys don't have to do it. Because this is a model that is working,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And there's already interest outside of Arizona.
There is.
But you two can't run all over the place.
Right.
So start working now while you're on your most successful location.
Yes.
In really templating the whole thing out. Because I could come to you from another state and I just need the packet.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because we actually had our first circumstance where someone actually came to us and has already asked to franchise the concept.
I already know.
Now, we are definitely not yet at that point where we're comfortable in our business name being in the hands of someone else. I'm sure you have your opinions on if we should. Because I know nothing about franchising.
Sure.
Besides,
it's not yours.
Right. So that makes me nervous in regards to.
But it's not yours. It's not your name.
Okay.
So they don't have to keep the same name.
No,
like
I'm telling you to let go of your name.
Right.
Oh,
so that's what
okay.
I.
You're
so
holding
I
on to it like it's your baby.
Right. So what
Okay.
I went back to this person that had asked and said that I'm not interested in you creating your own name retail therapy.
Yeah.
Like we're not like a McDonald's franchise type of concept.
Right. McDaniels.
But if I did, we just have to McDaniels, exactly. Sorry. But
don't get us started.
Right, I know. Don't get us kicked off the show.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Here we go.
I took it off.
Right.
Focus.
Totally
Stop
distracted
it.
me.
Focus.
But I did tell her that I would be open to us creating that kind of concept where I coached her in opening up her own concept. So obviously, but we've worked really hard to develop our concept, so that can't be for free. So we're learning what that looks like, but it's such an honor that people see what we're doing. And see that the model is working.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I said, we're reflecting on, where it's not working, and just creating that correct template before we present it to anyone else. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
No doubt about it.
It's exciting.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, don't hold on to nothing though. You're the creator, so we always have we just have a connection to it.
Yeah.
Because we created it. You know what I mean?
It's our baby.
But what I'm telling you guys is let your baby run.
Yeah, there's a way for that to
There's
grow.
a way, absolutely. Without you guys having to do it.
Have more babies. Let the babies have babies. Be the grandparents of the
exactly.
business.
And go sit in your rocking chair and let everybody else run around doing all this madness.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Stores are popping.
Yeah.
Scottsdale's going. We'll check in later.
Yes.
But that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really, really
amazing.
good. Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
not easy. It's not easy. We talked about it. It took faith.
That was a
It
huge
took
leap of faith.
hurdles and everything.
We knew that when you move into somewhere like Scottsdale Fashion Square, you're also going to there's a lot of more financial obligation. And so the conversation that we had when making those decisions was there has to be a reason why there's a higher financial obligation. And that with our model is fluid, where we can find ways to still okay, what do we need to do in order to be in a space like that?
Sure.
The key piece in us making those decisions was we've really learned this year to not just jump, ask questions. So we went and canvassed the other local concepts inside the mall and asked them questions like, how long have you been here? How does property management support you? Just different scenarios, and just to get a feel of how the other local concepts have thrived in the mall. And it was a consistent answer, along the board of everyone. They've been there long term. The property management has absolutely been phenomenal. They really truly do support us. And so it's just, that gave us the comfort in taking that leap of faith. And we had no issues in getting the partners to be on board and join this journey with us. So we're at a pretty extreme wait list at the moment, but that's an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is the wait list at 80?
Is the wait list at 80? No, the wait list is 267.
267?
80.
Yeah, I was our wait list is
in the shop.
80's in the store.
No, I understand that, but we just need another 80 for another store.
There we go.
There's about 4 or 5 wings to the mall.
Just take over the whole mall.
One in every section.
Exactly.
But
that's what I'm talking about.
Cool.
Okay, well, that's great. Hashtag Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall. Your invoice is in the mail.
There we go.
Fantastic. All right, let's put the stores aside. That's your whole branch. That's the whole retail division.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
What else we got going on? Crazy ladies?
A lot. Go ahead. No? All right, I'll go ahead.
Our market's coming back, so that's really
Markets
exciting.
are coming back.
Our market at Westgate, our fall market, it is 16 weeks.
Yes. So we're doing a weekly series with them.
Okay.
We are transitioning from evening to mornings now. So it's going to be every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Westgate, right in front of the Desert Diamond Arena, which is such a cool opportunity.
Okay. Sure.
We're surrounded by all the different brunch restaurants there, and we are working in collaboration with the brunch restaurants. So if you go to one of the restaurants, eat brunch, you get a bag to go shop the market.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a really cool collaborative concept to just...
Wait, you get a bag to shop?
Yeah, you get a tote bag.
They
give you a bag to go
a fancy
spend your
bag,
money?
yes,
Okay, gotcha.
to go and support local. So that's really cool. We're really excited about that. We're starting a brand new market up in Anthem that we are so excited about. And our partner or our guest speaker, we got to save that for just a little bit, but is a huge part of that journey with us. We're super excited. We're doing Sip, Shop, and Support Local up in Anthem. It is going to be the third Sunday of every month.
Okay.
We're collaborating with a lot of the different local Anthem businesses up there, and we're just so excited to bring a market up into the North Phoenix community. So that's kicking off actually this weekend.
Wow. What time is that at?
That is going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. the third Sunday of every month.
Okay.
So our big launch is this weekend. So we're excited about that. We are actually starting a market at Fashion Square. So that is going to be, we're finalizing the plans. We'll be announcing that publicly next week. But we are starting a Sunday evening concept with Fashion Square. So that's exciting.
Yeah, this is a public radio, so you just announced it.
Yes, I did. Just not all the... It was a sneak preview. It's a public radio. And then we have a lot of really cool community and networking events that will be taking place in downtown Glendale. Our next one is on September 8th. We are doing a small business resource fair. So we are going to have a networking event where you can come in and talk to people to help elevate your business. So it's really focused on the small businesses needs, whether it's content creators, website designers, graphic designers, podcast hosts. Because I'm going to hope that you're there and not living your best life on vacation. No, but just all, Local First Arizona will be there, different entrepreneurship programs in the colleges, because I think that's so cool that that's a thing now.
Yeah.
And so just lots of different resources that you can come and get.
And that is a free event.
No.
Just kidding.
It's almost free. It's $5 tickets. It's just to support the event and just a collaborative space for all of us to grow together.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Okay. Sounds good. Back to you went over too fast. The Fashion Square market.
Where's that going to be at? Supposed to publicly announce, but that I publicly announced.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find out where it's at next time. Don't worry about it.
When Erica gets going, she just
it's not a secret. I just don't have all the details yet. So it's public information.
Absolutely. Details stay tuned. Details are coming.
TBD.
All right. No problem. Markets.
Yes.
The market division.
Yes.
The outdoor market division. Okay. And what else?
What else is going on? Our goal is to start a podcast very soon. We definitely want to just continue to create platforms for small businesses to be able to share their why. I think that's always been really important to our journey. So we have that coming up. And then, we're just always looking for new ways to support local. So just keep following our journey because it's coming. So, yeah.
Very good. So what are you guys struggling with right now?
Good questions. We definitely have had a lot of reflecting lately. What's interesting is when we are opening a new store, we are just like, go, 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 go. And then we're like, oh, I can't wait for that store to be open so I can relax. As soon as the stores are open and you get that moment to actually sit down, it's like more stressful because you actually get a chance to like sit down and process all the things that you got to block out when you're in the craziness of, opening a new component of your business.
Sure.
So I think when we just finally sat down and had a time to think about everything, it's like, whoa, we had a lot of things that we needed to navigate, financials, staffing, just, things that we'd overlooked. And so now we're kind of like retracing our steps and just figuring out how to support those needs. We had to have some tough conversation with staff. We had to let some people go that just weren't the right fit for our business and just
right person they were the right person in the wrong role.
Yeah, exactly. So just making hard decisions, having hard conversations, putting those boundaries in between personal and business, I think has been a struggle for us. We are very much about our family, and we've created this family in regards to our staff, our partners. And then you go, wait, now it's like the lines are getting blurred, and it's hard to backtrack that when you haven't put those boundaries in place. Then people start to question their role, their value, like how you trust them. And it's never about that. It's about just needing to regroup and just all of us be better for the company and brand as a whole.
Okay.
So
it sounds like you're kind of balancing and navigating through creating a culture that's uplifting and positive.
Yes.
Customer service and represents the brand.
Yes.
And it certainly has family feeling, but it is business.
It is business.
Let's not get it twisted.
Right.
It's business.
Right. So so we've just been, but we're really proud that we've been able to be direct and have those conversations and to express our needs, because as we've said, this is our baby and we've worked really hard. And so you have to take pride in that and just be, transparent sometimes.
And it's good to get this out of the way and taken care of now while we're still at a place of renewal and growth before it, has gone by for years and become a problem later on.
Sure. Absolutely.
Because then that's a lot harder to get everything organized and back on track. Yeah. This way, we're starting fresh.
Yeah. I like it. So, it's much easier to steer a canoe than it is a battleship.
Yes. Totally.
Okay. Sure.
Absolutely.
So, are you sure? You got it? What I said? Did you get that?
Yeah, I just envisioned me being on a cruise. But other than that,
she was stuck on the cruise, the water.
I'd rather be on a cruise.
And then she's like, "Wait, battleship? Where did this go?"
I did get the metaphor. Okay.
She drifted off. She's on the Caribbean cruise. All right. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. That is all great stuff. Yes. Great stuff. And when you so just one of the tools, it sounds like you guys are learning how to line it out, but it's the old project management stuff, right? So we need to, in order to open up a store on this date, right? Staffing has to start on this. Even putting an ad out and hiring has to start because you guys probably have. We've all done that where we haven't, the time hasn't been right, or we've had to scramble, and then, we just got to bring somebody in, and, maybe they were a great fit, but maybe not. Right. But, and so when you really have it planned out, how you guys could now go back in your reflection and say, you know what, if we ever want to start the next project, the best way to do it is 6 months before that, start A, start B, start C. 3 months, we need to be at this milestone. 4, you know what I mean? And really map it out so it's super clear.
We just need to give ourselves 6 months to open a store, because it's usually 3 weeks.
I know.
We need to do that.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. Well, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Congratulations. You guys are moving, shaking and moving.
Yes.
All over social media, right? AZ Therapy. Retail Therapy AZ, all over the place.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I see it pops up every freaking 3 minutes.
I'm sure it does.
I'm like, what the crap is going on?
Every 3 minutes, that's not enough. We got to push harder.
Yeah.
Good
every
Lord.
minute.
Yeah, y'all are slacking. But yeah, very active in making that impact. So that's great. That's why you're here. That's why I enjoy your company.
Absolutely.
So each time you come, you bring somebody with you.
We do.
You bring them in, and we kind of get introduced to one of your, you call them vendors or partners. Sorry, yes. One of your partners, one of your partners in your endeavor.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes.
And so you have somebody here today. I'm looking at her, and let me know. Introduce me to our awesome guest today.
Yeah, so we're super excited. As you said, we always bring in someone new that we've been on this journey with. We are super excited for Scottsdale Fashion Square. We're going to be doing a lot of interactive pop-up partners, spotlight partners. And one of them is going to be a sip-in shop with an incredible company that I'm about to announce. That'll be a monthly event. This is also the person that we have put together our new sip shop and support local market with. So we're just super excited. As I said, the why is always really important to us. And this person has a beautiful story. So Kristine, the owner of the Nixer.
Kristine,
hello. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Audience.
Thank you.
Applause. Thank you. Okay. Hi, how are you?
I am very good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
And thank you, ladies, for asking me to be here.
Yeah. How did you meet them?
They opened up a shop up in Anthem, and I work for the Anthem Area Chamber of Commerce. That is my day job.
Oh, nice.
And sometimes I like to just go personally welcome stores, businesses when they open up and get to know the people behind them. Because again, everybody has a story. Every business is an actual person or family. And so I stopped in and pretty much introduced myself, said, hi, I'm here. What do you need? What are you doing here?
Sure. And what did you think of the concept when you seen it?
Love the concept.
lying.
Went on to tell other people about the concept, shortly after meeting them.
Yeah.
And, some of their partners are some friends of mine that
Wow.
I've helped just bring together because it's such a great concept.
Very good. Very good. Okay. What else? How did you find out what she does?
Well, it's funny. I always joke about this because Kristine, we were very new to the Anthem community and kind of felt lost at first. And Kristine continued to inbox me on Facebook and just let me know about the chamber and that she thought it would be a really great fit for us to join. My whole thing is that I just don't like to join things if I can't put the time in. And so I was super hesitant. I kept kind of avoiding it. And finally, I was like, you know what? We really do need to get to know that local community. We're so new. And I joined, and she's just been such a positive force. She's just amazing and really bringing connections together. And then right when we were starting our store out there, she had just started her business. And I wait till you hear about this concept because it's just so cool. So we're super fans. And now I'm bothering her constantly. I need you at this, and this.
Basically, we bug each other. That's the relationship.
I love it.
That's nice. That's perfect. Helping each other out.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
It's totally about that.
So tell us about yourself. Before we get to this product, and not only do I want to get to it, but I'm going to get to it on my lips. But before we get to that, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I have thought about that a lot the past few years. And I think identity became a huge part of why I started this business, why I thought there was something out there for me. I just didn't know what it was. I've been working for the Chamber of Commerce for years, so working with business owners.
Sure.
And I know that it becomes your baby, your life, your passion. So it should be something. If I've learned anything from talking with small business owners through the years, you better have a passion for it because it's a lot of work.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's a lot of work, and it consumes you in the best way possible, but it does consume you. So I just always knew there was something out there, but I think I struggled with what my identity was growing up, even into adulthood. I'm from Brooklyn, New York originally.
Okay.
And when you are born in Brooklyn, you are that is your identity. You are, New Yorkers are proud, some of the proudest.
Yeah.
However, we moved when I was in elementary school, so that identity was quickly taken. I moved after I graduated college. Again, I've lived in several different states. So I think with just finding my physical place, geographically where I was supposed to be, I also was trying to figure out who Kristine as a person was.
Right.
I was a mom for a while. He's 18. I still am a mom, but he needs me a lot less.
Okay.
But that was my identity.
advisory.
That was my identity for a while.
Okay.
I was a stay-at-home mom for the most part, and I
Yeah.
loved every second of it.
Sure.
Okay, most seconds of it.
Right.
But I still always in the back of my head thought,
Okay.
there's more there. There's more to Kristine.
Right,
And
right.
maybe I'm a late bloomer, but that didn't come until 704 days ago when I
Right.
put down the alcohol.
Right.
It became clear.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna pause you right there, and we're gonna dive into that pool. But before we do, I gotta go back.
Okay.
Well, you talked about identity, which is something that I talk about a lot. Okay, especially when I'm talking to youth who we know are in a daunting task of trying to find some type of healthy identity in this society right now. But also us, even as adults, we look back and we've seen, seasons and times and phases, right, in our life when we were, something that we are not today, right, for whatever reason or not.
Definitely.
So who you touched on it as far as just New York, so people understand geographically kind of what that is. But who are you? What identity do you feel like was you? Do you feel like knowing yourself today? What part of you would not serve you today? What identity? What parts of your identity then are you glad it isn't part of you today?
Right. And that took some reflecting because a big piece of my identity was who I was to other people. So I was a daughter. I was a student. I was a straight A student. I was a wife. I was a mom. I was a sister. I really pride myself on being a great sister. So I kind of identified myself based on who I was to other people. And I don't think until recently I looked inward and said, but who are you
Yeah.
without
Right.
all those other people?
Right.
And believe it or not, then you can, I feel, then you can be better for those people.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Absolutely.
I realized that a little late.
Untruth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
It's a saying that I use very frequently, and that is, you can't set yourself on fire to keep those around you warm.
Yep.
Right. And so I wholeheartedly understand and share exactly what you said, because I've lived a lot of part of my life as a people pleaser.
Mhm.
Kind of what you're saying, like whatever I get up in the morning and you're just doing so much for other people, especially as a dad, a father,
Yep.
those types of things. And so I feel you. So I understand exactly
You kind
what
of
you're
lose
saying.
yourself.
You
and
lose.
then you wake up one day and you are a little confused as to where you fit in the whole process.
Exactly. And when you wake up, I think it manifests different for everybody. A lot of us, I woke up one time and I was just unhappy.
Mhm.
I was literally unhappy. Like everybody was happy. I'm doing
Mhm.
all these things. Mr. Get It Done. Mr. Call Me Anytime. Mr. All those. I had built my identity
Yep.
off of everybody else's dependency.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, write that down. A whole freaking show on
That
that,
was
right?
good.
That's
I
good.
had
That was
built my
good.
identity on everyone else's dependency,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I neglected myself.
Yep.
You see, you just summed it up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
No, exactly.
Wow, I'm so glad this is recorded.
Yes. No, but that truly resonates. Like I think all of us, like in being moms and being, having partners and whatever,
Mhm.
it's just, you really do. Like, I think we've reflected on that a lot lately. Like, whether I've like neglected my health, like neglected the things that
Mhm.
I love, like truly finding my identity and what I want. And now where does everyone else fit into what I want has
Yeah.
been like part of my journey.
Right.
Mm.
And realizing
recently.
that that's not selfish. It
Mhm.
sounds, at first I thought, well, I can't do that. I can't put myself first. And that just sounds selfish. But you have to. And again, it turns out that then you are better for everyone else
Mhm.
around you.
1,000%.
Or those people like aren't good for you.
Yeah.
Either
Right.
or you really truly start to identify once you figure that internal piece out. You're like,
Right.
oh, well, if you don't see why this was important, then maybe you weren't good for me
You
all
can't
along.
fit in
Right.
with my
Yeah.
vision, then it might be time for you to remove yourself
Yeah.
from it.
Right.
It's
Absolutely. Did
Very
you find anybody that had to fall away once you really found yourself?
My relationships definitely changed with people. Some
Yeah.
were strengthened and some are weakened to this day. And I think there's a mutual understanding there that,
Of course.
I still am a hippie at heart and a people pleaser at heart. And I want
Uh-huh.
everyone to love each other and that,
Yes.
so I try to make that as friendly as possible, but
Mhm.
I've had tough conversations with people in my life and just said, look, this is what I need to do, or I need to establish
Yes.
these boundaries. And
Right.
I'm really sorry if that affects you and
Right.
what you're trying to do, but this is what
Right.
I need to do for myself. So
Right.
those are tough
Yeah,
conversations
for
to
sure.
They're
have.
tough, but they're
Definitely.
necessary.
They
And
are.
they have to learn. Like, you can't take it personal. This is an important healing journey for myself. And so, no hard feelings, but I got to
Right.
do what I got to do for me. And I
Right.
love you from a distance.
Love you, but yeah.
And I think you reach a point. I reached a point where I was no longer willing to compromise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was really no longer willing to compromise. Like if we
Yes.
both can't operate, you know what I mean? Like this is a relationship.
Right.
Like me and these ladies, this is a relationship. I call them these ladies, right? These crazy ladies over here. This is a relationship, but we're all unique in our individual self.
Yeah.
And if there's some type of vibe or some type of bad energy or whatever, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And you find those people around you. It's like, man, I looked at certain people in my life. I said, we only had this in common.
Mhm.
And if we're not doing that, if I'm not doing that, if I don't attach that to my identity, suddenly we don't have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have much in common in the first place
Right.
then,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that is fantastic. That is a great thing. So you went through a lot, like most of us do. Most of us do.
It's a journey, like we've all said, and running a business, life, parenting, all the different chapters. They're all journeys, and
Mhm.
I'm just here trying to make it fun, but make it also, that piece of vulnerability I think is really important too, and that safe space that you can create. You help you be that safe space for other people. And while maintaining your boundaries, but then the magic happens. Then once you know yourself, and then you give others the space to be themselves, a little vulnerability comes into play, and magic happens.
Yeah.
Did you have a point when you could say, maybe it wasn't an exact day or a moment, but when that magic did happen for you? when
I
you
think
turned that corner?
Yeah, I think it came slowly because I was even with the stopping of drinking, I that was slowly becoming my identity.
Okay.
And again, when you're searching for an identity, and then you slowly find, and then COVID happened, and I think that was becoming my identity, and I realized, and one or two people had a tough conversation with me, and they were recognizing that was happening, and then I had to take a hard look within. But that
What was
doesn't
happening?
that
You said
doesn't
that was
happen.
happening.
It just became more of a priority in my life.
The drinking?
Yes.
Okay.
When I could start drinking, or when I could have my next drink.
Right.
It became more of a priority, and
Okay.
priorities are huge. I
Of
mean,
course.
and other people start to see what they are in your life, and people that really love you, when they get a little out of whack, they should remind you, and they should say, like, I know this isn't who you are. So it came, that was a huge part of it for me, just
Sure.
having more of a clear mind, because that's an escape. Everybody has different ways of escaping.
Everybody
And
does.
alcohol became my escape. And I was
Okay.
like, well, that's definitely not how I'm going to find myself, by keeping
Right.
this up. And that's just getting further from who I truly am.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. That's great. That's great. Now, you said priority. You know what I find interesting is when priorities are a bad habit, we will move the world to get to
yes.
it. You know what I mean?
And we will justify.
And we will
There's
justify
a lot
it,
of
right?
justification
We'll do
that
this and
happens.
reschedule that and forget
Yeah.
that and go there. When gas is full. We'll do all the stuff it takes for us to
Yes.
get to that bad habit priority.
Yes.
But when we really go through that identity shift, when we awaken, you guys know I talk about awakening the lion, right?
Yes.
When we awaken and we have a new set of priorities, when we've gone through that change and that transformation, man, it's like, why is it so hard for me
Yeah.
to prioritize these great things in my
Yeah.
life?
Totally.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Why don't
Yeah.
I just sit and watch, Netflix again? I'm
For
a
real.
binge instead of doing anything.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
What time
crazy.
is it?
You know what I'm saying?
I've been doing this for how long? Wait a minute.
Right. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. So it sounds like you had I wouldn't call it intervention, but it just sounds like you were attaching yourself. You had an identity that wasn't true to yourself. And fortunately, you had people
Correct.
around you that recognize that.
Correct.
How did that feel,
And,
having that support around you?
It's absolutely wonderful. And to this day, it's one of my favorite things just about being a human, or is that support that I have, the connections that I have. And one of the reasons I love what I'm doing and I'm very passionate about what I'm doing is because I realize that not everyone has that support.
Mhm.
And, when I stopped drinking, I probably spent more money just because I wanted to try different things. And then I wanted a nice little beverage center in the house because
Mhm.
it was a refocus. It was,
Sure.
you're taking something so big out of your life that you refocus and you put it into, and I had the most supportive family and husband, and they just went with that. They're like, okay, this is what she needs to do right now. But everyone doesn't have that. So
Absolutely.
people withdraw. People don't go to places where they know they're going to feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So if I could put something in their hand, if I could tell them, like, it's cool, like, I don't
Mhm.
drink either. Like, if
Mhm.
there's one person a day or at an event that I could make feel a little better, that may not have that support that I had,
Mhm.
then the goal is accomplished. Like,
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Okay. So you had an awakening. You had support group come around you and kind of put you at least open your eyes to things that were going on.
right.
And thankfully you were receptive to it, right? Because sometimes even though we have support around us, we have to be receptive to receive it.
And it took a while. It wasn't the
okay.
first time.
Okay.
Because that justification comes into play, and
Mhm.
you just say, no, it's fine. Oh no, you think it's that, but it's this. And there was a lot of justification
Sure.
and explaining away, and then like you said, you realize one day, like, okay, I can see what I'm doing, and if anyone else was doing that, it would be so clear as day. But so I have to go within and say, like, okay, this is what you're doing. Let's just take it off the table for a while. And that's why the 75 day, I had planned on stopping for 75 days just as a
Okay.
reset.
Sure.
And again, here I am 704 days later.
Right.
Just because it became more of okay, that really was my identity, and taking it off the table has just been a game changer.
Mm.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow, that's great. That's great. No, I'm just thinking of the game. I'm thinking of how you say game changer, but how just sometimes it's like a fog clears away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things just become so much clearer, and it is because we're tuned in. Our energy, our frequency, and our vision is just clear because we don't have all those distractions, all those things. Really, the poison. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I stopped drinking, because it's not good for you. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Just calm down. But my point is that when you're in, a lot of times when we are not in let's just say it, when we're not functioning in our purpose and in our identity, right? When we do come out of that, when we have that breakthrough, I just felt like the clouds dissipated. Everything was so clear. Like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is better, right? Yes. This is instead of a facade or fake happiness. Instead of the escape you talked about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we all have escapes. Everybody. Some of them are more destructive than others, but everybody, a lot of people, I shouldn't say everybody, sorry, have ways they want to escape. You know what I mean? And so I just found that exactly what you said is that things just cleared up and got you're able to focus and you're able to see where you need to go.
And it felt good. It felt, this is how it always should have been. This just feels better. Yeah. And not every single moment. I mean, also with that clarity comes really owning some of your own traits and flaws and feelings and emotions that, that escape is also good for, because you could put aside some of the things you might not like about yourself, or some of the, so a lot of that clarity is wonderful, but a lot of that clarity is also, I have to sit with these emotions now with this clear head.
It's a double-edged sword. Yeah. That clarity, the mirror is clear as well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's the hard part, looking at yourself and dealing with your own stuff. You know what I mean?
But it's beautiful. It's, at the end of the day, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's just
the process.
It's a process.
Is a little hard.
Yes.
Right. The process. Well, that's great. So you're a better person today than you were yesterday.
I think so. And I hope to be a better person tomorrow.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Me too. A lot of times I introduce myself to people that know me forever, and for the first time when I see them that day, I'll say, "Hey, John Oneal." They're like, looking at me all crazy. I'm like, "No, I'm a new person."
Nice.
The last John Oneal that you met is not the same John Oneal's today. You know what I mean? So that's just my little way to remind myself. Okay, so 700 and some odd days ago, we've heard it a few times. 704, 704. That's a good number, actually. 704. We made a choice. You made a decision after a process, after a journey, after having to give up who you were, after your security being gone. You made a decision that this is who I really am. And I know this because of, and I'm gonna let you explain how you knew it, right? You talked about the clarity, but I want to know how you felt. But what was interesting to me is the negative stuff that people in your old identity was bringing onto you. You talked about shame and guilt and those types of things that I refuse to even have, right? Because other people bring that onto you, right? If you're dealing with yourself, then you're not going to feel shameful. You're going to feel like I got to get in there and get to that dirt. But other people, again, it's that group that's around us. Some of them are there to help us. Some of them are there not to help us, right? But those people in my life who are bringing shame, I was talking to somebody just the other day about a comment that it has nothing to do with me, but a comment that a grandmother had made to his daughter. And I said, that's why and then she backlashed to him. And I said, the reason why is because that comment, it don't matter if it's from grandma, someone you love, it don't matter who it's from. We should not, it is not healthy human interaction to deal with shame and guilt and insults, right? I pride myself. You will, I don't even know if you could ever hear, anybody could ever witness her and me calling somebody out of their name. I don't call people out of my ex-wives and our heatest moments, never call anybody out of their name. I'm not going to insult you, right? So it sounded like you were feeling that, but tell me about the feelings after. Tell me about the flip side feelings when you had that cleared away, when you were happier and you felt like you had vision. And we're going to talk about your vision in a second, but I just want to know I want to know the different feelings, not the shame, not the guilt. What other feelings did you have? The great feelings that you have after your awakening?
I think with the clarity just came, again, I'm a relationship person.
Yes.
So I think a lot of those relationships were based on me having no boundaries. And I thought that's a great thing. I have no boundaries. I'll do whatever anybody wants. I live to please. I thought that was a great thing. But again, you find that you get lost in there somewhere, and then people don't appreciate because they just expect, well, that's Kristine. That's, that's what she'll do. And not that you do things to be appreciated, but it sure feels different when you establish a circle of people that appreciate each other for who they are. And we have that safe space again.
Yes.
And so a lot of those feelings were, what are the relationships that I need to reevaluate? Right down to my husband. I mean, a lot of what we did together was go out drinking. I mean, that was what we did. Yeah. So so every single relationship had to be reevaluated. That my son, that one came with a little bit of guilt because I realized that there were times that I definitely put alcohol above him, and that killed me to come to that realization.
Absolutely.
And you just want to go back and change so many things.
Sure, but you can't.
But we can't. And so that's why the whole just be better today and then be better tomorrow. And then, just keep on that path, because if you start to look back, it's you get sucked in. And I'm very close with my dad as well, and I would go to him sometimes and tell him that, like, I just wish I did this sooner. I just wish I did this sooner. Yeah. And he would remind me all the time, like, you can't look back, just look forward. Like, what you're doing is just, because it will throw you off track. Then you're off track and you're back to where you started. You don't know who you are again.
Right. Not to mention anything that would change would you wouldn't be here right now.
True.
So I'm the same way. All of us are the same way, but I'm so glad I have so much peace now with all my poor decisions, all my crazy life, all of it. Why? Because that was my path. That was every single step I had to take to get here right now. You know what I mean? And so now I have to look back, and it was hard. I had to really figure out how to do it. But now I just look back and I'm thankful for all of it. People don't understand that. I'm thankful for I can get a flat tire. Oh my gosh. I can get a flat tire on the freeway and I'm still going to have a good attitude. Why? Because there was an accident 100 yards up. And if I wasn't pulled over right here, right? I believe that wholeheartedly. Everything that you went through, all the heartache, all the pain, all the love, all the success, everything we go through is for a purpose. And your purpose, 704 days ago, was launched with clarity and with a new identity and with a new attitude in life.
Yes.
And therefore, creativity comes out of you.
Yes.
And what did you create?
So what we found that had already existed, but we took it and made it our own. And I say we, my husband is my business partner. There was a non-alcoholic pop-up bar that started during COVID in Phoenix. Phoenix is first. And it was started by another husband and wife who were exploring their relationship with alcohol and realizing that there were some sober curious is the term that's thrown out there now, because there are sober curious people that still want to go out and be social and have a drink in their hand, but they just don't want the alcohol. So they started this pop-up bar. But then as COVID ended and their full-time jobs got back to being busy, and that's where their true passion was, they could no longer do it and give it the attention that they thought it deserved.
Sure.
And the movement is just growing. I mean, the non-alcoholic sector is just crazy growing. And so they couldn't do it. So we purchased it and kind of made it our own. And now that is us. The Nixer is Roger and Kristine.
Really?
Yes.
The Nixer.
The Nixer.
Non-alcoholic pop-up bar.
Yeah, so we don't have a physical brick and mortar location. We have a trailer like a food truck, but it goes to events and serves non-alcoholic craft cocktails.
Absolutely. So it's all the frills, all the good, it looks great.
Yes.
It looks great.
Yes.
It just don't knock me on my face.
Right. It just doesn't have the alcohol in it.
Yep. Perfect.
And we love to say that's not to tell anyone not to have
Of
alcohol.
course
I mean,
not. You're
some
not-
of our favorite events so far, we have been right next to the beer tent or the cocktails.
Yes.
It's just giving people that option that
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
want the alcohol.
Yes, but still want the
experience,
yeah,
yeah.
they still want
Right.
the umbrella at the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. They still just want that experience. One of the brands in the world is called Ritual, and they make distilled spirits, just alcohol removed. And the reason the Ritual is just what a lot of people are craving, not the actual alcohol. Like when you really think about it, it's that ritual of having
Yeah.
a drink in your hand and being
Talking,
social,
conversating.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little music in the background or something.
Yes.
Okay, so you're in a pop-up.
Yep.
Okay, and how's that doing? When did you launch?
We bought the business in March.
Just this year?
Just in March.
Holy smokes, you're
And
so fresh.
We're not going as fast as these ladies, but we're going fast.
You're
We're trying to
on,
make you go
you don't know how fast you're on
fast.
because you're on the show. I got a few
Yeah.
things I'm gonna tell you about to do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we started slow. Again, I work for the Anthem Area Chamber of Commerce. So North Phoenix, Anthem, North Phoenix,
Sure.
New River. That's kind of my largest support system is up there. So we
Okay.
just did our ribbon cutting a few weeks ago. We did it up there. We know that the fall in Phoenix is about to be crazy. That's
Yes.
when events in Phoenix happen.
Absolutely.
The summer is tough.
Yeah. yeah.
So we did some small events through the summer, so
Okay.
we could get comfortable with this. We could see how we were taken out in the community. We could see what people thought about our drinks, give us feedback. What do you like? What don't you like?
Mhm.
So we did that. We tried to start a little small and do some indoor events and things like that. Some other grand openings where we could set up a table and give people drinks. So now we did our official ribbon cutting, and now we're doing some things outside of the comfort zone that is North Phoenix. So, we're doing the
Congratulations.
sip and shop. So Scottsdale,
Yeah.
we're doing the vegan social down on Roosevelt Row. So, we're
Yes.
expanding now.
Absolutely. And you're gonna have multiple trucks, or you want to get a store, actual building?
So the goal originally was not to have a storefront or brick and mortar,
Yep.
was just to run that truck,
Sure.
keep it just a community
Yep.
vibe. But we've had quite a bit of feedback and quite a bit of so other cities, Denver, LA, New York, and even Lafayette, Indiana. There are cities around the country where these dry bars are popping up, and they're actual just they have music, they have
Yeah.
trivia night, they have
Yeah.
all of the things a bar has, just not the alcohol, and they're thriving. They're doing great.
Yeah.
Is Phoenix ready for that right now? Not sure. So we're going to test the waters with the pop up, and see where that takes us.
Okay.
Like these ladies, we just kind of are trying to be open to the universe. Like let's do it and let's see
Sure.
where it leads.
Absolutely. What's gonna lead somewhere awesome?
Thank you. I
can
hope
tell you
so.
that. Absolutely. Okay, we got to crack these cans open, so I could taste some. So, but before we do, what exactly? What do you offer? What exactly? Anything? I can get a screwdriver to a Bahama Mama.
Typically at our events, we craft our own cocktails. So we are
Okay.
shaking. We are using a lot of spirits that either have been distilled in the same way that a tequila or a rum, or they're just they halt it where the process would normally produce the alcohol.
Got you.
But a lot of that, we have a whiskey that we use where we do a Kentucky Bramble. That's one of our biggest sellers.
Does it taste like when it has?
You get that burn.
You still get the burn and everything?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So then
This is
we're
bad news. This
also
is
we
bad
also
news.
incorporate ready to drinks from some of the brands that are out there in this space,
Okay.
canning and bottling different beverages. And our focus, our hope is to always have something on the menu that is actually good for you. So this one, Hayo here, is full of adaptogens. So
Full of who?
adaptogens.
Adaptogens.
It's the
Gens and
buzzword.
adapt?
It's the
Okay.
Nixer's buzzword.
Adaptogens. Nice.
Adaptogens.
I'm gonna give me some adaptogens. In a
Yep.
minute. Okay.
So instead of alcohol,
Yeah.
they are putting in these drinks things that come from the earth. So it's
Yeah.
plants or mushroom strains
Sure.
that actually work on your body, work
Oh,
on
my.
your cortisol levels,
Yeah.
bring your body back to a homeostasis, balance you out.
Okay.
So because instead of just making a faux mojito or
Yeah.
taking the alcohol out of a drink and
Yeah.
making more of a mocktail,
Yeah.
our angle is a little more, well, let's still make that craft cocktail. Let's still take the edge off. Let's still give you everything that you would expect in a drink and in that ritual.
Right.
Just not with the alcohol.
Right. Just with some
adaptogens.
Adaptogens. Okay. I almost said estrogen. Holy smokes.
We have not put estrogen in our drinks yet.
Adaptogen.
No.
Oh my goodness. No.
Holy cow.
No
Adaptogen.
Yeah, that would not be pop-up. That would not be good.
That would not be good.
Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure meeting you and having you come by.
Thank you.
So where can we get it, find it? How?
So the best way right now is to follow us on Instagram, the Nixer.
The Nixer.
Because what we're doing is solidifying our fall schedule. So Sunday we will be at that market up in Anthem. Like I said, then we're doing some grand openings. We're doing a vegan social. We're looking into some different markets. So the best way would be to follow us, and I say that in multiple ways, like follow us and see where we are, where we will be physically, and then just follow along in our journey, because a big part of it is now being a small business owner and who we collaborate with, who we really want to share that space with, who we want our name to be paired with, things like that. So,
absolutely. Okay.
Follow along.
Right. So I can't order like a case online or anything?
So we do mindful packages. We've just rolled that out in the last few weeks because so right now you could go to their website, Hio, say, and order a case.
Okay.
What a lot of people are finding that when they want to remove the alcohol from their drinks, they don't want to order a whole case because stuff's not cheap and they don't know if they'll like it or not. So what we are doing, since we have a lot of this product on hand, is making up these packages where we're putting a couple different things in there. So we're putting a spirit in there. We're putting a non-alcoholic wine. If you tell us I'm really a wine drinker and I really want to, still have my glass of wine at night, or my beer, or hey, I'm really looking into these adaptogens. Like, tell me more and give me a couple samples of. So we're creating these what we call mindful packages for people that are experimenting in this realm, and so you can't go to our website and order per se Hio, which go to their website. They're a great brand. But if you'd like a package, a sample of like different things, you're not sure what you want yet or what you'd like, then we do have packages like that.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. Okay. Tell us all your so Instagram at the Nixer.
Yep. Instagram is the Nixer, and that's been our biggest platform. My son and I are together working on our website, so we can also have a calendar up there.
Absolutely.
And then we're also on Facebook at the Nixer Phoenix.
The Nixer Phoenix. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Well, go check her out. What in anything major coming up? These events, basically, right?
Yeah, we're looking forward to the official ribbon cutting and grand opening at Fashion Square.
Okay.
And then doing the monthly sip and shop. Yep. So we will be there.
And you'll be in the Anthem on the third
Sunday.
Did I say it right?
Sunday. Yep. And
this Sunday, and then every third Sunday.
Yep. And that's at the Salt Spa Wellness Collaborative.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And again, it's a more 35, 40, I think, businesses we have right
40 local vendors. We have a couple different featured food trucks. We're always going to partner with a different nonprofit organization. And then it's just a really cool environment. Go check out the Salt Spa that's there. And yeah, we're just super excited. It's been great.
Very good. Well, listen, the Onealien Show welcomes you. We thank you. You're my friend now.
Thank you.
Okay? And so you need anything, we'll be all over social media. We're going to have you all over social media. We're going to try to pump you up because that's what we do.
Thank you.
You want a drink?
Huh? I'm going to get... Am I running the show?
I want a drink.
I want a drink.
While she grabs some of those, okay?
Yep.
In parting, I would like for you to look at this camera over here.
Okay.
And just share any last words you have. Your heart, where to get you, what it means, just anything you want to say to the world.
Okay. Well, I'll start. One of the necklaces I tend to wear most days, and definitely wanted to wear today because I knew we'd be getting into things and getting deep. It actually says "Be Me." It's intent.org, I believe, is the website, and you choose a word that means something to you. You even tell them why, and then they make a necklace. And so that became apparent in the past few years that I needed to be me, but also that I needed to surround myself with people that let me be me. So I guess what I'd love to say, yes, follow the Nixer, follow it, come taste our drinks. They're delicious. Come to our markets. It's going to be a great vibe. But be you. Just like I'm out there trying to be me. Be you. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. You're inviting everybody out, but you're asking them to come as themselves.
Correct.
Let's do it.
Correct.
Let's do it. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we're going to see you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nixer.
Yes.
Okay, ladies, now that she's gone and she can't hear us anymore, tell me the real deal.
Right. No, they're really like, her drinks are phenomenal.
Really?
Like
They're phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to open up a can and pour a drink and everything like that. Like, she actually is out there with the shakers. Her and her husband are out there creating craft drinks for you. They put little garnishments on top. And it's a whole experience. And it's so beautiful.
Exactly.
And to be delicious on top of that is amazing. So
Really?
And
Did you say delicious?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is delicious.
Are you
and
sure?
the educational piece is so cool too, because they're so knowledgeable in their craft. So just being able to explain what exactly is going in your body and why. I love
doesn't it
that.
smell good? Like, she
Smells
opened
phenomenal.
the can and it's like,
Smells
oh,
phenomenal. I
the
can't
aroma.
wait. I'm getting ready to
Those
try it in a minute.
adaptogens.
I got to close you guys out.
Right?
Okay.
All right.
Great. All
Yeah.
right. Anything else? I'm so
Yeah.
thirsty right now.
Yeah, I
Go
bet
ahead.
you are parched. Oh, you want? I'm gonna carry the show on while he has.
Yeah,
it.
close us out. Close us out. Ladies and gentlemen, Retail Therapy AZ is going to close us out today. I'll see you next time. The Onealien, and I'm gone.
Well, let me see if I get your book title right this time.
It's called Sidewalk Square
No,
County.
I had it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Sideware.
Sidewalk Square Counting. Make sure to get that book.
Not sideware. Sidewalk Square Counting. That's a tongue twister.
It is.
It
Sidewalk
is.
Square Counting.
Yes.
It's not that difficult.
No. Thanks, Jackie.
Say it 10 times.
Yes, right?
Say it 10 times
No.
on Amazon when you buy
But
it. Go ahead.
we'll be back in 6 weeks. We can't wait.
6 weeks it is, if
All
not
right.
sooner. Who knows? Who knows what's being cooked up in my mind?
Yeah. who knows?
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, ladies. Always.
Always. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and
Yes.
updating us. You're all over the place, so we're gonna get plugged in.
We
We have
appreciate
some
you.
grand openings coming. We've got some new stuff coming this Sunday for sure, right? You've got 80 vendors and one here and 90 over there and 200 on the waiting. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like who's not, right? My goodness gracious.
Yeah, lots of
We
good
need
things.
we need a department store.
Hey, we're not ready yet, but we will be ready.
No,
soon.
I don't want a department store. I would rather have a bunch of little.
A little bunch of little ones. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Little
Then
store.
we'll just buy a whole
strip.
Yeah.
Strip mall.
That's fine. I'm okay with the strip.
Skip the department store. We want a whole strip mall, please.
My goodness gracious. Retail Therapy AZ, we love them. And they're here in studio with us. We thank them for stopping by. As I already closed one time, and I'm going to have to refill my cup of this non-alcoholic, the Nixer deliciousness. I need more nectar for my body. The Onealien, and I'm out.